the care and warmth they extend in person. I was witness to public examination time for the school students where the entire faculty
Can I have a big round of applause for NTR Memorial Trust? This AV is truly mesmerizing. మేము ఈ గత 29 ఏళ్లుగా చేస్తున్న సేవని కళ్ళకు కట్టినట్టు చూపిస్తుంది ఈ AV. And once again, I extend a warm welcome to our Managing Trustee, Srimati Nara Bhuvaneshwari garu, and all the other invitees. The event is presented by Aditya Turbines, powered by Vijeta, hospitality partner Daspala, production support Channel Tech, PRO Vamsi Shekhar, video partner RVR, digital partners Walls and Trends, and event by Showtime. ఒక సంస్థకు ఊపిరిపోయటం సులభం, కానీ అదే ఊపిరితో 3 దశాబ్దాల పాటు నిరంతరం సేవ చేయటం అనేది సామాన్యమైన విషయం కాదు. అటువంటి అసామాన్యమైన కృషితో సంస్థ గమనాన్ని నిర్దేశిస్తున్న మా మేనేజింగ్ ట్రస్టీ శ్రీమతి నారా భువనేశ్వరి గారిని సగౌరవంగా వేదిక మీదకు ఆహ్వానిస్తున్నాను. And along with her, I would also invite Heritage Foods Limited Whole-Time Director, Dr. M. Samsivra Garu, NTR Trust CEO, Shri K. Rajendra Kumar Garu, IPS retired, and our COO, Shri Aduspalli Gopi Garu. Welcome, ma'am. Good evening, ma'am. ఇప్పుడు వేదిక మీద ఉన్న పెద్దలందరినీ జ్యోతి ప్రజ్వలన చేసి మనందరి ఆరాధ్య దైవం యుగపురుషుడు స్వర్గీయ డాక్టర్ నందమూరి తారక రామారావు గారి విగ్రహానికి పూలమాలలు వేసి నివాళులు అర్పించవలసిందిగా విజ్ఞప్తి చేస్తున్నాను.
ఆరోగ్యం ధన సంపదః శుభం కురు త్వం కళ్యాణం ఆరోగ్యం ధన సంపదః శత్రుబుద్ధి వినాశాయ దీపజ్యోతిర్నమోస్తుతే దీపజ్యోతిర్నమోస్తుతే దీపజ్యోతిర్పరబ్రహ్మ దీపజ్యోతిర్జనార్దనః దీపజ్యోతిర్పరబ్రహ్మ దీపజ్యోతిర్జనార్దనః దీపో హరతు మే పాపం సంధ్యాదీపనమోస్తుతే శుభం కురు త్వం కళ్యాణం ఆరోగ్యం ధన సంపదః 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 శత్రుబుద్ధి వినాశాయ దీపజ్యోతిర్నమోస్తుతే దీపజ్యోతిర్నమోస్తుతే దీపజ్యోతిర్పరబ్రహ్మ దీపజ్యోతిర్జనార్దనః దీపజ్యోతిర్పరబ్రహ్మ దీపజ్యోతిర్జనార్దనః దీపో హరతు మే పాపం సంధ్యాదీపనమోస్తుతే శుభం కురు త్వం కళ్యాణం ఆరోగ్యం ధన సంపదః శుభం కురు త్వం కళ్యాణం ఆరోగ్యం ధన సంపదః శుభం కురు త్వం కళ్యాణం ఆరోగ్యం ధన సంపదః శుభం కురు త్వం కళ్యాణం
థ్యాంక్ యూ మ్యామ్. గత 29 ఏళ్లుగా ఎన్టీఆర్ ట్రస్ట్ చేపట్టిన వివిధ సేవా కార్యక్రమాలు, అవి సామాన్యుల జీవితాల్లో తీసుకువచ్చిన సానుకూల మార్పుల గురించి వివరించవలసిందిగా మా CEO శ్రీ కె రాజేంద్ర కుమార్ IPS రిటైర్డ్ గారిని కోరుతున్నాను. Sir, I request you to please address the gathering.
Chief guest of the evening, Srimati Nara Bhuvaneshwari garu, Managing Trustee, and the very heart of this trust, Dr. M. Samsirao garu, Whole-Time Director, HFL, who has been our biggest supporter, who stood by us through the most difficult times by providing us CSR support. Shri Gopi garu, our Chief Operating Officer. We have a lot of distinguished guests here. Forgive me, I may not be able to take their names. However, we'll be honoring them here. Our cherished partners, donors, well-wishers who have stood by us through every season, dear colleagues and the communities we serve, volunteers and friends who have journeyed with us, members of the media, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. A very good evening to you all and a very, very warm welcome to each and every one of you. 29 years. We have just 29 years, that's what the trust has completed. 29 వసంతాలు పూర్తి చేసుకున్న సందర్భంగా ఈ యొక్క కార్యక్రమం మనం ఆర్గనైజ్ చేయడం జరిగింది. యాక్చువల్లీ February 15th 29 ఇయర్స్ కంప్లీట్ అయ్యాయి. కాకపోతే February 15th మహాశివరాత్రి కావడంతో చాలామంది దాతలు, చాలామంది మా యొక్క శ్రేయోభిలాషులు మీరు ఈరోజు పెడితే ఎక్కువ మంది రాలేకపోవచ్చు, అటెండ్ కాలేకపోవచ్చు, దూరాభారాల నుంచి రావాలని చెప్పి దే హ్యావ్ అడ్వైజ్డ్ us to slightly postpone it. So accordingly, we have chosen this day, that is the 14th of March 2026. So we just entered into 30th year. It's a long time, and yet when I stand here, it does not feel like years. It feels like a story that is still very much being written. A story of people, a story of quiet courage, a story that I believe NTR himself would have been very proud of. Now when I was writing this speech, I questioned myself, asked myself, what is the truest thing, nearest thing I can say about this trust? And the answer that came to me was very simple. Now the trust is a place where nobody has ever asked, why should we bother? Makem battindi ani cheppi trust lo ever ankomanam. Every person who walked through these doors of the trust, either as a patient or as a student, as a flood victim, as a young woman looking for a skill that could change her life, has been treated not as a beneficiary, but as the reason we exist. That, for me, is the soul of the NTR Memorial Trust. This trust was born from the life and legacy of late Padma Shri Dr. Nandamuri Taraka Ramarao garu, an actor of unmatched stature, a symbol of Telugu pride and self-esteem, a statesman of rare conviction, and above all, a human being who believed with his whole heart that Samajame Devalayamu Prajale Devullu. These words are not just a motto on the wall, they are a way of living. Every blood donation camp we organized, every child we have put in a classroom, every glass of clean water we have helped a family to drink, each of these is an act of worship at the temple. NTR Garu described. We have been the priests at this temple for 29 years now, and I do not think we have once forgotten why we are here. Now I'd like to speak about the person whose vision made all this possible. That is our founder trustee, Honorable Chief Minister, rather I would say fourth-time Chief Minister of whether it is undivided or divided Andhra Pradesh, Sri Nara Chandrababu Garu. In 1997, when he established this trust, he was not simply creating an institution. He was making a declaration that governance and compassion are not separate things. That a leader's responsibility does not end at the policy. It extends into the lane where a child needs a meal, the village where a family has no clean water, the hospital corridor where a poor patient cannot afford blood. He saw all of this and he acted. He never treated this trust as something peripheral. Even as Chief Minister, with the entire weight on his shoulders, with decisions of enormous consequences landing on his desk every single day, he has found the time to ask about us, to guide us, to push us gently forward whenever we needed his direction. There have been moments when we were uncertain about the path ahead, and his counsel gave us clarity. There have been moments when we needed the courage to scale up, and his confidence in this institution gave us exactly that. Leadership is not just about the big speech on the big stage. It is about the quiet phone call that says, I'm watching, I care, keep going. That is the kind of mentorship Sri Chandrababu Naidu Garu has given this trust. And it is something we carry with us in everything we do. And now, I must speak about someone who I feel deserves more credit, which she will ever accept for herself, our managing trustee, Srimati Nara Bhuvaneshwari Garu. If Chandrababu Naidu Garu is the architect of this trust vision, then Madam Bhuvaneshwari Garu is the one who poured life into it, building it, room by room, day by day. She does not merely lead this trust, she lives it. There is something I have observed over the years of working closely with her. When she walks into a room where our beneficiaries are gathered, something shifts in the air. She doesn't behave like someone inspecting a program. She behaves like someone who belongs. She sits with the women. She listens. She really listens to everyone, to their stories. And then when she goes back, she makes sure we do something about what she heard. That, to me, is the difference between administration and leadership. She leads from the heart. Her passion for women's empowerment is not a talking point, it is a calling. I have seen it in the way she personally inaugurated the skill development centers in Kuppam in the last 2 years. She stood there and placed sewing machines in the hands of women who had perhaps never been told that their skills were worth investing in. She handed over push carts to small vendors, looked them in their eyes, and said, in effect, your dignity matters, your livelihood matters, and above all, you as an individual matter. This is not a program, that is a message that stays with a person for the entire life. That's what Srimati Nara Bhuvaneshwari garu is all about. The NTR Girls Education Scholarship Test is another expression of that belief. She understood early that if you educate a girl, you do not just change one life, you change a family, you change a community, you shift the trajectory of generations. Under her guidance, scholarships worth crores have gone to meritorious girl students from across both the Telugu states, opening doors that would otherwise have firmly stayed shut. The NTR Junior and Degree College for Women, established in 2015, was her idea of a promise kept. A promise that no young woman in Andhra Pradesh or Telangana should have to give up her ambitions because the right institution wasn't there for her. Today, from that campus, young women are preparing for civil services, qualifying as lawyers from the best law schools, stepping into corporate boardrooms, and serving as judges and officers in the government. This is what education does. And Madam Bhuvaneshwari garu knew it long before the rest of us could see it clearly. In healthcare, too, her fingerprints are everywhere. The Thalassemia Care Center, you have seen the pictures in the AV. Her compassion for their children is something I have personally witnessed. She does not see a case. She sees a child with dreams in eyes who wants to grow up and be something. The NTR Sanjeevani free clinics, the Nutriful application for preventive health care. Incidentally, we have crossed 10 lakh registrations as on today in this preventive health care application. The mobile medical units reaching the interiors of rural belt, reaching the communities. None of these would exist in the current form without her drive, her standards, and her refusal to accept anything less than genuine care for the people we serve. I have often told people that running this trust is not a job. It is a privilege. And that feeling comes in large part from having the chance to work alongside someone like Madam Bhuvaneshwari garu. She makes you do, she makes you do what you do your best, not because she demands it, but because she herself never settles for anything less. So you can imagine what all the employees of the trust must be doing under her leadership. With just a handful of people, Madam is able to deliver so many things which you have seen. Let me now take a moment to reflect on our journey. I'm not going into the facts and figures. Figures you have seen it, but I'll just give an understanding, not through numbers, but through those numbers which truly mean in human beings. Over 21 lakh people have received healthcare to our programs. Our 4 blood centers in Hyderabad, Visakhapatnam, Tirupati, and the newest one in Rajamahendravaram, which we opened last year, have together organized more than 23,000 blood donation camps since its inception. Think about that for a moment. 23,000 camps. That means 23,000 times someone drove a mobile van to a college or to a company or a neighborhood and said, please give a little of yourself to us so that somebody else can live. And people said, yes, again and again. They have donated their blood. Our Thalassemia Care Center provides free blood every single month to children who need it to survive. I want you to understand what that means in practice. There is a mother somewhere who wakes up every morning and doesn't have to lie awake worrying about where this month's blood will come from for her child, because she knows NTR Trust will be there. That certainty, that peace of mind for a parent, this is what we are really providing, not just blood, but peace. In education, over 2,113 orphan children have received free residential schooling through our institutions. Children who lost a parent is supposed to be their safety net. And these children could have so easily lost their future too. We decided they wouldn't. It's a matter of pride to inform you that a student from our NTR school in Chalapalli ranked 3rd in the entire state of Andhra Pradesh in the SSC public exams. 3rd in a state, imagine coming from an orphan school. A child from a charitable residential institution competing with the best in the land and winning. If that doesn't tell you something about what is possible when you invest in a child's dignity, I don't know what will. Through NTR Sujala, which is a water supply scheme, 45,000 families across Andhra Pradesh now have access to clean, safe drinking water. Water that doesn't make their children sick. Water that doesn't mean a mother has to walk 3 kilometers or more before sunrise every morning. 41 individual RO plants and 3 cluster models working quietly and quietly saving lives. Through our skill development centers and entrepreneurship programs, more than 7,500 young men and women have gained skills that translate into real income. More than 10,000 youth have been equipped with the tools to start and run their own enterprises. These are not statistics. These are families whose dinner tables are a little fuller tonight, than they were ever before. When the floods, you've also seen on the AV, when the floods devastated, be it Tirupati, be it Vijayawada, be it Kurnool, wherever they were, or Hyderabad, during the last decade or so, our teams were on the ground before the waters had even fully receded. We didn't wait for instructions or approvals or press coverage. We went. Food, clean water, medicines. We took what was needed to the people who needed it. Madam personally distributed checks worth rupees 1 lakh to each of the 48 deceased families in Tirupati and rupees 4,000 each to the 172 families whose houses were damaged. That was about a couple of years ago during Kurnool floods. That instinct to show up, that I believe is the most important thing this trust has built over 29 years. Not the infrastructure, not the programs, it is the instinct. In July 2024, Madam Bhuvaneshwari Garu inaugurated the Skill Development Center in Kuppam, personally distributing sewing machines to women and push carts to small vendors. Last year on 15th February, that is on the actual Trust Foundation Day, our Euphoria musical night at the Indira Gandhi Municipal International Stadium in Vijayawada brought together thousands of people for a cause, raising awareness about thalassemia and generating support for our health programs. Music in service of medicine Thaman garu, I thought that was a beautiful idea, and so did the packed stadium that night. And Thaman garu has enthralled the entire audience, and since then he said, look, I'm going to donate this much, and he donated 50 lakhs. In fact, he has promised 10% of all his income, whatever he gets from his programs, to the trust. I'm extremely grateful to you, sir. You have been, from time to time, he has been sending us the checks, 10% of whatever is being paid. And we're extremely grateful to you, and we look forward to having your continued association. And last year, on March 6th, Madam laid the foundation stone for our new building at Vijayawada, for a new blood bank and a Thalassemia care center. That was not a ceremonial occasion, that was a statement of intent. We are growing, we are building, we are here for the long run. A big thank you to both the generous donors, whom I do not find here. A donor very generously donated 50 lakhs. In fact, I must name Mrs. Suchitra Allah from Bharat Biotech. She has donated 2 crores for establishing 4 Thalassemia care centers, one which is already here, 25-bedded Thalassemia care center. The next Thalassemia care center is going to come up in Vijayawada. Tentatively, we will be inaugurating it on 20th August, ma'am. Hopefully, the building should be ready, the building which you have laid the foundation stone. And a blood bank there would also be coming up. For that, a donor, Mr. Alapati Bapana, I don't find him here. He said he would come. He has promised a generous donation of 1 crore for the establishment of the blood center there. A big thanks to both of them. None of what I have described happened in isolation. Behind every camp, every classroom, every blood unit issued, there are partners who believed in what we are doing. Be it Heritage Foods, be it NATCO, yes, Sadashiv is here, Amazon, EY Foundation, JP Morgan, Chase, Microsoft, Genpact, Thermo Fisher Scientific, and many, many others. Like I said, I will not be able to name all of them. Every one of you here has been a contributor. Our hospital partners like AIG, Yashoda, Star Hospitals, Usmania, Gandhi, Basav Tarakam Cancer Institute, Nilafar Children's Hospital, Red Cross, Sindhu Hospitals, Gorentla Foundation. There are just a few to name to few. We have collaborated with our blood centers to make sure that no patient in either Telugu state is denied safe blood. To every organization and individual who has stood with us, you are part of this story. Thank you all. And to our staff. I think I have 2 minutes. I rarely get an opportunity to speak. I've been waiting for this, so kindly bear with me. And to our staff, the doctors, nurses, teachers, counselors, field coordinators, and support teams who actually do the work every single day. I want to say this. This world may not always see you. This is for our silent workers, the donors. Most of you, I can see you here, who have been working from behind the screen. The world may not see you. The annual reports will list programs and outcomes. In fact, we have an annual report which we will be releasing also. It will have facts and figures, but the people behind it are sitting somewhere, faceless. But they cannot capture what you carry to work each morning. You carry the belief that the person in front of you matters. That is the hardest thing to teach and the most important thing in this work. You have it in you. Don't ever lose it. As we step into our 30th year, a great milestone, I want to be honest about what lies ahead. The needs around us have not shrunk. Madam wanted me to talk about what she has in mind. Yesterday when I was sitting with her, she said, Kumar garu, meeru cheppandi, what we intend doing, this is what we want to do. Kindly speak out. Now the point is, what is around us It has not shrunk, it is only expanding, increasing. If anything, the expectations placed on institutions like ours have grown. Communities trust us more. That trust is a gift, and it's also a weight that we must carry with care. We intend to expand digital learning in our NTR schools so that our children are not just educated, but truly prepared for a world that is changing faster than any of us can fully anticipate. We will strengthen our blood banking infrastructure across more districts, taking safe blood closer to the people who need it. We will scale our skill development centers so that more women, especially young women, have access to pathways of economic independence. Inspired by Madam Bhuvaneshwari Garu's unwavering belief that women's empowerment is not a side program, but a central pillar. This will remain at the core of everything we do. And we will continue to build a disaster response capacity that can be activated at any hour in any corner of the region without delay. As I close, I want to make a pledge on my own behalf and on behalf of every person who carries the NTR trust forward each day. We will never lose sight of why we are here. We will stay close to the people we serve, not at a comfortable distance, not behind a desk, but close enough to hear their stories and be changed by them. We will remain accountable to our donors and transparent in that what all we do. And when the movement calls for it, we will show up, as we always have been. To our mentor, sir, Sri Nara Bhuvaneshwari Garu, without his vision, there would have been no beginning. Without his mentorship through the years, there would have been many moments we may have lost our way. He gave us a compass. We have tried to follow it faithfully. To Madam Bhuvaneshwari Garu, without your heart in this work, this trust would have just been an organization. You made it a movement. You made it a family. Every woman who sits in a classroom today because of just, every child who grows up healthy because we were there at the right moment, every young woman in Kuppam and elsewhere who now earns her own income, they are in so many ways your legacy. And finally to NTR Garu, wherever you are, this trust is your living tribute. We have not forgotten a single word of what you stood for. Your spirit lives in every act of service we carry out in your name. And we are, and we will remain your family. Thank you. Jai NTR, Jai Hind. Thank you for listening to me so patiently.
Not at all, sir. That was such a heartwarming message. Thank you so much. And if I may, as a member of NTR Trust Memorial family, I can truly vouch for all the sentences that have been told about our beloved madam. Thank you, ma'am, for being there and guiding us through this noble cause and impacting so many lives. On to the next part. కేవలం ఒక శ్రేయాభిలాషిగానే కాకుండా తమ సంస్థ ద్వారా సిఎస్ఆర్ నిధులను ట్రస్ట్ యొక్క ప్రతి సేవా కార్యక్రమానికి అందిస్తూ మా ఎదుగుదలలో అత్యంత కీలక పాత్ర పోషించిన హెరిటేజ్ ఫుడ్స్ లిమిటెడ్ హోల్ టైమ్ డైరెక్టర్ డాక్టర్ ఎం సాంబశివరావు గారిని తమ అమూల్యమైన సందేశం ఇవ్వవలసిందిగా కోరుతున్నాను. వెల్కమ్ సార్.
It won't be short. It won't be as long as yours. I promise. Good evening all. Good evening, ma'am. Congratulations on completion of 29 successful years of service. I stand before you to share a few experiences and observations I have, having associated with the trust for a long time. Perhaps I was witness to its genesis also. This trust is born out of empathy. when it was discussed, when the trust is being formed, objectives, purposes, it was born out of empathy. And it was inspired by the philosophy of late Shri NTR, founded by the vision of Sri Chandrababu Naidu Garu, molded by the passion and compassion of Madam Bhuvaneshwari Garu, executed in an excellent manner by the most competent, patriotic Indian Police Service Officer Rajendra Kumar and his successors. Many are here, his predecessors. It's in this shape because of your kind support and contributions. No one is less here. The inspiration, the shaping up, execution of programs is so good, not because they channelized a lot of resources. We from Heritage Foods also committed to NTR Trust. Every year, whatever CSR funds we generate will be channelized through NTR Trust. And we participate in the programs of NTR Trust. As a participant, I am sharing my experience. It's not because they give progress reports every quarter, they give end of the year utilization certificates, they give photographs and albums, etc. Everyone does that. Every recipient of donations do that. They also do that. But more than that disciplinary implementation, what we see is the human touch, the care and warmth they extend in person. I was witness to public examination time for the school students where the entire faculty is comforting them a day before. Wherever they are available, I saw Rajendra Kumar Garu speaking on video phone to individual children who are tense before going to exam. The morning, early morning, 6 o'clock, counselings happen to those who are tense. Who will do that? Which school will do, which college will do, which trust will do? The personalized care and warmth which he always extended. Similarly, I have seen the Thalassemia center here. Generally, when we go to hospital, any of us, for our family members, friends, we get anxious what time the medical team will arrive, how long we have to wait, whether I get a chance today, whether they give right treatment, whether we go home in time. But here, I see them coming with ease. They know for certain tomorrow morning I get blood transfusion. They come on time. I saw the child on the bed reading a book, the mother doing work from anywhere on her laptop. Both are very comfortable, very calm, very peaceful. They know something is available here for sure. That impactful healthcare, education to the underprivileged, supporting their livelihoods through skill development. So many women were here the other day in the Sri Shakti store, seeing their products being liked and sold. The rapid response in the golden hour whenever there was a disaster. We get a call at 6 a.m. Today we want milk, buttermilk, curd, all food products to so-and-so place. Our team is there already. How do we produce them in 2 hours? But the demand is next 8 o'clock, madam is coming, we should deliver everything there and people should be available. So the golden hour is the issue here. Everyone can deliver food, but when you deliver the food in time, particularly water, buttermilk, milk, etc., are very helpful in those crisis times. So this kind of personal care, warmth, or human touch is something which I sense whenever I enter these premises or anywhere NTR Trust is present and conducting activities. That is the speciality, and this takes you to next generations in a successful manner. And I am sure the 30th anniversary will be much grand, and you offered many more things to come, and we will participate, we will extend all our support, cooperation from Heritage Foods, and we will also see what more we can add to your success. Thank you very much, and best wishes.
Thank you, sir, for all those kind words, and it really reinforces my belief that I am at the right place, doing the right thing, and carrying forward the vision of a better society. Now, NTR ట్రస్ట్ చేస్తున్న అనేక సేవా కార్యక్రమాల్లో థాలసీమియా కేర్ సెంటర్ ఒకటి. థాలసీమియా అనేది కేవలం ఒక జన్యుపరమైన వ్యాధి మాత్రమే కాదు, ఒక పసిప్రాణం ఎదుర్కొనే నిరంతర పోరాటం. శరీరంలో రక్తం తగినంతగా ఉత్పత్తి కాకపోవడం వల్ల ఈ చిన్నారులు ప్రతి నెల రక్తం మార్చుకోవాల్సిన పరిస్థితి. నిజానికి థాలసీమియా చికిత్స అనేది సామాన్య కుటుంబాలకు అందని ద్రాక్ష. దీనికి అవసరమైన రీసోర్సెస్ చాలా తక్కువగా ఉండటమే కాకుండా ఈ చికిత్స అత్యంత ఖరీదైంది. ఇట్ ఈస్ వెరీ కాస్ట్ ఇంటెన్సివ్. కానీ అటువంటి క్లిష్ట పరిస్థితుల్లో ఉన్న ఎంతోమంది చిన్నారులకు మా ఎన్టీఆర్ మెమోరియల్ ట్రస్ట్ ఒక ఆశాదీపంగా నిలిచింది. వారి కళ్ళల్లో వెలుగులు నింపడానికి, వారికి మెరుగైన వైద్యం అందించడానికి ట్రస్ట్ అలుపెరగని కృషి చేస్తోంది. గత ఏడాది మేము వైజాగ్లో నిర్వహించిన థాలసీమియా రన్కు మీ అందరి నుంచి లభించిన స్పందన అద్భుతం, వర్ణనాతీతం. ఆ స్ఫూర్తితోనే ఈ ఏడాది కూడా ప్రజల్లో థాలసీమియా గురించి అవగాహన పెంచి ఈ వ్యాధి నిర్మూలించాలనే సంకల్పంతో మళ్ళీ థాలసీమియా రన్ను సిద్ధమవుతున్నాం. Now I request our managing trustee and all the dignitaries on the dais to please launch the poster about the Thalassemia run. Now, request the AV of the upcoming Thalassemia run to be played. Ma'am, please have a look at the AV of the Thalassemia run. Yes, sir.
సమాజాన్ని నిర్మిద్దాం. వెంటనే రిజిస్టర్ చేసుకోండి thalassemia.org లో. నీ అడుగు ఒక ప్రాణానికి వెలుగు.
సో గత ఏడాది మేము సృష్టించిన జన ప్రభంజనం వైజాగ్లో చూశారు కదా. నౌ వీ వుడ్ రిపీట్ ద సేమ్ అండ్ హోప్ఫుల్లీ at the next level, this time in Hyderabad at Jalavihar on May 10th. Can you all please give it up for the upcoming Thalassemia run? See you all soon on May 10th at Jalavihar. Now on to the most exciting part. NTR Memorial Trust 29 ఏళ్లుగా లక్షలాది మంది జీవితాల్లో వెలుగులు నింపుతుంది. దానికి కారణం మా గౌరవనీయ మేనేజింగ్ ట్రస్టీ శ్రీమతి నారా భువనేశ్వరి గారు. మేడంని తమ అమూల్యమైన సందేశం ఇవ్వాల్సిందిగా కోరుతున్నాను. వెల్కమ్ మ్యామ్.
ఇక్కడికి వచ్చిన ప్రతి ఒక్కరికి నా హృదయపూర్వక నమస్కారాలు. గ్రీటింగ్స్ టు ఎవ్రీవన్ who are present here today. It is my honor to welcome you all to NTR Trust Formation Day, a day that reminds us not merely of an institution, but a philosophy, a responsibility, and a living legacy. Standing before you in this occasion fills me with deep pride and humility. ఇది ఒక రోజు కాదు, ఒక గుర్తు. ఇది ఒక ట్రస్ట్ కాదు, ఒక ఆశయం. మీ అందరికీ నా హృదయపూర్వక నమస్కారాలు. The journey of service began many years ago with the simple yet powerful belief that service to society must be purposeful, compassionate, and consistent. Over the times, the Trust has undertaken numerous initiatives rooted in which it believed. During the past year alone, NTR Trust continued its work across through blood bank services, health camps with special focus on thalassemia, education initiatives, women empowerment, disaster management, and relief. In every effort, our aim has been very clear. It reaches to those in need with care, urgency, and dignity. None of this would have been possible without the generosity and continuous support from our donors. Years after years, your trust has enabled us to save lives, support families, and empower students, and stand beside communities in moments of crisis. Every milestone we have achieved is built on your faith in our mission. We also extend our heartfelt gratitude to every individual and organization that has partnered with us, helping us to reach the undeserved and respond swiftly during natural calamities and bring hope to the countless lives. I'm deeply proud of our dedicated team, the strength behind the trust. These members work tirelessly, often round the clock, especially during the natural disasters. నేను ఎప్పుడు నా టీంని మర్చిపోలేను. ఒక లీడర్ అనేవాడు ఉంటాడు. చాలా ఆలోచనలు ఉంటాయి ఆ లీడర్కి, కానీ దాన్ని తీసుకెళ్ళటానికంటే దాని ముందుకు తీసుకెళ్ళాలంటే ఒక టీం అనేది చాలా అవసరం. నేను అందుకే నా ప్రతి స్పీచ్లోనూ నా టీం మెంబర్స్ని ఎప్పుడు నేను మర్చిపోను. వాళ్ళకి ఎప్పుడు నేను కృతజ్ఞతలు ఎంత చెప్పుకున్నా చాలదు. Their compassion, courage, and willingness to serve with dedication and a smile, even under the more challenging conditions, truly reflect the values of NTR Trust that has been founded. Today, we pause to remember the values that has shaped the trust. The man who gave those values in a living form. A life of purpose and sacrifice of Sri Nandamuri Taraka Ramarao Garu. సినిమా శిఖరంలో ఉన్న మనిషి ప్రజల కోసం ఆయన అన్ని వదిలేసి వచ్చిన నేత. At the peak of personal success, when the world lay at his feet, Nandamuri Taraka Ramarao Garu chose public service. ఆయన అందరి కోసం నేత కాదు, ఒక బాధ్యత కోసం ఆయన ముందుకొచ్చిన నేత. For him, leadership was never about power. It was about responsibility. Development is meaning only when it reaches to the last person. అభ్యుదం అంటే అంతిమ వ్యక్తి వరకు అది చేరేటట్టు. His philosophy was simple yet profound. సమాజమే దేవాలయం, ప్రజలే దేవులు. Society is the temple and the people are the gods. This belief transformed him from the stardom to the service into one-man army. At the height of his stardom, when he was revered as a demigod, he chose to give it up all. Gave up palaces and also gave up privileges. బంగ్లాలు కాదు, బస్లో ఆయన ప్రజల కోసం ప్రయాణించారు. He traveled across Andhra Pradesh in an old bus, sleeping on a small wooden bench for the 9 long months. A real challenge for a 60-year-old person who lived for the people and even people who no longer saw him as an actor. They saw a leader of honesty, conviction, and courage. The people saw in him the leader of honesty, conviction, and courage. NTR Manavadda Anni Prajalu Gurtincharu. In less than 9 months, he unseated the mighty Congress, a world record in a democratic history. He staked his wealth, his career, his personal life, and his family for the dignity and self-respect of the Telugu people. Telugu vari Atma Gauravam kosam tana jeevitane ayana pananga pettaru. NTR Trust stands as a living testament to his belief to true progress, which is not measured by wealth alone, but by the dignity, opportunity, and well-being we create for the weakest among us. This trust represents more than charity. Idi okka trust kaadu, okka value system. NTR garu taught us one enduring truth: leaderships begin with sacrifice and ends with service. Leadership begins with sacrifice and ends with service. Today, we are living in a time of rapid and profound change. Change is no longer incremental, it is exponential. Mortality is no longer exemption, it is a new norm. Marpu anedi ippudu choice kaadu, adi chala avasaram. In these circumstances, no one can succeed alone. Mana yuva shakti, mana balam. Our youth are our strength. Technology must be leveraged with purpose, not just for the growth, but for inclusion. Marpuki భయపడకూడదు, మార్పుకి నీ ఎదుర్కొని దాన్ని నమ్మి మనం దాని ముందుకి తీసుకెళ్ళాలి. వెనక ఉన్న వారిని ముందుకు తీసుకెళ్ళటమే అదే నిజం విజయం. Progress is not numbers. Progress is people. Service is not charity. It is a responsibility. సేవ అంటే చారిటీ కాదు, అది ఒక మనిషి బాధ్యత. సమాజమే దేవాలయం, ప్రజల్లే దేవుళ్ళు. And if we live in these words every day, NTR గారు మన మధ్యలోనే ఆయన ఎప్పుడు ఉండిపోతారు. I would like to personally assure our donors and well-wishers that every rupee that you are contributing to the trust, having trust on us, is used for the utmost responsibility and for the clearly defined purpose. Transparency, accountability are the fundamental in our functioning, and all the funds are properly accounted and audited also. I once again, my heartfelt gratitude, thanks to all the donors, those rare individuals whose compassion is matched by deep commitment. Serving society, not with the noise, but with the purpose. Serving society, not with the noise, but with purpose. ఇప్పుడు కూడా మా NTR ట్రస్ట్ మేము ఒకటే నమ్ముతాము, మేము ఎంత చేసినా ఆ తృప్తి మాకు లేదు. మనము సొసైటీలో చాలా చూస్తున్నాము. మనం తప్పకుండా మీరు 10 రూపాయలనే కానీ ఎంతైనా ఉండని మీ చేతుని గుండా మీరు ఒక సేవా కార్యక్రమంలో మీరు పాల్గొంటే ఆ తృప్తి చాలా ఉంటుంది. నేను కూడా హెరిటేజ్ మేనేజింగ్ డైరెక్టర్ అవ్వచ్చు, కానీ నాకు ట్రస్ట్లో ఆ తృప్తి అనేది ట్రస్ట్లో లభిస్తుంది, హెరిటేజ్లో కాదు. బికాజ్ ఇట్ ఈస్ బిజినెస్ అండ్ దేర్ వి కౌంట్ డబ్బులు ఎంత వచ్చినాయి, మనం ఎంత ఖర్చు పెట్టాము, ఎంత సేవ్ చేయాలి మనం అనేది ఆలోచన. బట్ ట్రస్ట్ గివ్స్ మీ అ లాట్ ఆఫ్ సాటిస్ఫాక్షన్. తిరిగి మనం సొసైటీకి ఇస్తున్నాం అనేది ఆ సంతృప్తి చాలా ఉంటుంది. The work of NTR Trust is not merely charitable, it is transformative. It creates opportunity, generates livelihoods, and builds lasting social and economic values. Compassion, strength, social good, power, when anchored, is responsibility, becomes a force for enduring progress. True leadership is quiet. It does not seek applause. It is guided by a purpose. I am proud of those who treat wealth as a trust, one that must circulate back into society to open doors, create livelihoods, and shoulder responsibility, all without a spectacle. Some heights are not meant to be occupied easily. They are meant to be aspired to. NTR Trust aspires with humility, responsibility, and unwavering commitment. And in conclusion, నేను ఎప్పుడు మా దాతల్ని నేను ఎప్పుడు వాళ్ళని మర్చిపోను. ఒక నమ్మకంతో వాళ్ళు ముందుకొచ్చి మా ట్రస్ట్కి వాళ్ళు కాంట్రిబ్యూట్ చేసిన ఎంతో ఒకటి, అది మాకు చాలా సంతృప్తిగా ఉంటుంది. ఆ ప్రతి రూపాయి నేను ఎప్పుడు గోపి గారికి చెప్తా ఉంటాను, మేక్ ష్యూర్ దట్ ఎవరు ఈ కాంట్రిబ్యూషన్ చేశారో, దేనికి చేశాము అనేది వాళ్ళకి తెలియజేయండి అని నేను ఎప్పుడు ఆయనకి చెప్తా ఉంటాను. అండ్ ఐ వన్స్ అగైన్ థ్యాంక్ మై టీమ్ మెంబర్స్. వాళ్ళ లేకపోతే ఇవాళ ఈ ట్రస్ట్ ముందుకు వెళ్ళేదే కాదు. ఒక పిలిపిస్తే చాలు, వాళ్ళు రాత్రి పగలు మా ట్రస్ట్ని నమ్మి వాళ్ళు ముందుకి వెళ్తున్నారు. వాళ్ళకి నా పాదాభివందనాలు. ఇన్ కన్క్లూజన్, I would like to say, always be graceful, always be useful, keep life simple, leave it pleasant, live a life with dignity. Thank you, one and all. Andarki marokkasari na hrudayapurvaka namaskaralu. Jai Hind.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for those motivating words. And it really motivates us to deliver better and contribute in the vision and mission of NTR Memorial Trust. Now, I would request our Managing Trustee, Srimati Nara Bhuvaneshwari garu, and all the other dignitaries on the dais to please release the annual report of NTR Memorial Trust 24-25. Annual report. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir. And now, the sole reason that we have gathered here, and one of the most important reasons also, the felicitation part. NTR సేవా యజ్ఞానికి వెన్నెముకగా నిలిచిన మా దాతలందరికీ కృతజ్ఞతలు తెలుపుకుంటూ ఇప్పుడు ఇప్పుడు మేడం కుమారి గారిని వేదిక మీదకి ఆహ్వానిస్తున్నాను. వెల్కమ్ మ్యామ్. She is graciously contributing to NTR Memorial Trust. On behalf of all the family members of NTR Memorial Trust and the beneficiaries, I extend my heartfelt gratitude, ma'am. Thank you so much. An amount of 10 lakhs is being donated by Srimati Kumari Garu. I'm so sorry, it's 11 lakhs. Please give it up. Please give a big round of applause for Kumari Garu. థ్యాంక్ యూ వన్స్ అగైన్ మ్యామ్. సేవ చేయటం అంటే కేవలం డబ్బు ఇవ్వటం కాదు, మరొకరి జీవితంలో ఆశను నింపటం. దానికి ప్రత్యక్ష సాక్ష్యాన్ని ఇప్పుడే చూసాము. ఈ సత్కారం కేవలం ఒక శాలువా కప్పడమో లేదా ఒక మెమెంటో ఇవ్వడమో కాదు. ఇది మా ట్రస్ట్ తరపున మరియు మీరు సాయం చేసిన వారి తరపున మేము తెలుపుకుంటున్న కృతజ్ఞతాపూర్వక వందనం. దయచేసి దాతలందరూ పేర్లు పిలిచిన క్రమంలో వేదికపైకి రావాల్సిందిగా విజ్ఞప్తి చేస్తున్నాను. దిస్ పర్టికులర్ ఆర్డర్ డస్ నాట్ మీన్ ఎనీథింగ్. ఇట్ ఈస్ జస్ట్ ఫర్ ది సేక్ ఆఫ్ అవర్ కన్వీనియన్స్. ప్లీజ్ గివ్ అస్ అ మినిట్. యా, సో Ganababu Garu, Vizag West MLA. I request Ganababu Garu to please come onto the dais. Raviteja Garu, we request you to please come onto the dais. Okay, Raviteja. Venigalla Ramu Garu, MLA. Thank you, sir. Thank you for being our supporter and helping us carry on. NTR Memorial Trust family tarpuna మీరందరూ లేకపోతే మేము ఈ సేవా కార్యక్రమాలని ఇంత పెద్ద స్థాయిలో 29 సంవత్సరాలుగా నిర్విరామంగా నిర్వహించగలిగే వాళ్ళం కాదు. I extend my heartfelt gratitude to each and every one of you present here. Sri Venkatramana Chaudhary Garu. And also thank you all for being here today. Despite your busy schedules, pulling out time and making it here means a lot. Thank you all so much. Sri Varla Kumar Raja Garu, MLA. Sri Sampath Kumar Garu. Sri Vikram Jain Garu. And once again, పేరు పేరున మీ అందరికీ కృతజ్ఞతలు NTR Memorial Trust family తరపున for gracing this occasion. Shri V. Balakameshwarrao garu. Shri Next is Shri V. V. Narasimha Swami garu.